Hey, what's up everyone, X here, bringing to you my thoughts and opinions on Overwatch 2. Now Blizzard have finally released nearly enough their PvE content, and I finally decided to give my thoughts and opinions on this game. Now I'm going to be doing something a tad bit different to this review than I mostly do with all my others, and that is I will not be covering Overwatch's PvP content. I will only be covering the Overwatch's PvE content, and everything else that has come into the new season. So basically the stuff that's in the shop, their PvE, their new champion, and so forth, etc. I just want to clarify that I give a review 1 to 2 weeks to get my full-fledged opinion on things, and I'll be going through the good shits and the bad shits that Overwatch 2 has to offer. Without further ado, let us begin. Now to basically give you a summary on what Overwatch 2 is, it is basically a hero-based shooter from various games such as like TF2, and who can forget the classic game that I used to do for this channel, Paladins. But Overwatch 2 has released a sequel and basically hoped to end up bring new and biggest things and do things even more better than Overwatch 1 ever could. And basically, a lot of people were all excited because new things were coming. PvE, weapon emotes, inspecting weapons, banners, and many more. And we waited, and waited, and waited, and waited some more, until basically enough we got Overwatch 1.0. A game that wasn't even fucking ready, nor even fucking finished off. So let's nearly enough move on to the PvE content that has finally released. Now with the PvE, already at the start, I already have a problem with this. You got to pay for it. You got to either pay 12 or 15 pounds in order to basically enjoy this game. And if you want to play this with your friends and whatnot, they also have to basically pay the amount to basically play it with you. Purchasing the PvE, you do get free missions, which I'll basically go through in quick rapid fire action on all of them, including basically the limited time one. Starting off first, we have Rio, where basically enough we have to defend Lucio's hometown from being invaded by the Null Sector units. And basically what Reinhardt says, we basically fly up there, we go to the ship, destroy any robots to get in our way, destroy the core, and once you destroy the core, you get the fuck out of there, and that's it. That is it. In my humble opinion, this is one of the most shortest PvE missions. Really not looking like the worth of the £12 right now that we've been waiting for 4 years. Starting up next, we have Toronto, Canada. And again, we have a problem with this again. While I was waiting a long time and we got into a game, it was only me and my friend Galaxy. And basically, it was just me and her and 2 bots. Basically, what we're going to do is defend a ship from Null Sector, because it's storing some Omnics, and Null Sector apparently want the Omnics to basically do some kind of heinous shit to them. Once you're done with that, we got to save 2 more other Omnics from also getting, well, possessed. And get to the ship. That's it. That is it. Really not looking like the £12 right now. It is the longest, but again, I had to play this with just me and Galaxy and 2 bots. Again, not worth the £12 right now. Finally, we move on to Ironclad. And in my personal opinion, this one's one of my favorites. Again, we had to wait a very long time, and it was me, Galaxy, and we had someone with us. But it was just basically 3 of us and 1 bot. Again, end of a problem we had. Basically in that, you just basically got to get these cores hooked up to some giant turret that Torbjorn made. Don't know how he got them there, not going to ask. To destroy a ship. When we were doing that, a Titan appeared and destroyed the whole thing altogether. And then we had to move on to plan B and destroy the Titan with another giant gun. And we had to defend it, basically from Null Sector. But before we were there, we had turrets that could help us in the fight. And it basically felt like a Balloons tower defense game. And that's it. Again, it is one of my favorite ones. I don't know if it is for anyone else, but again, I had to play this for 3 people and 1 bot. Again, not worth basically the £12. And finally, we move on to basically enough Underworld, which was a limited time mode, and probably as this video gets out, it's probably long gone by now, sadly. Basically, this was a limited time mode where basically enough in the mission itself, you basically had to, well, restore a robot and basically use that robot to basically destroy Null Sector from basically getting some Omnics in King's Row. And in my humble opinion, it's bland, it's crappy, but hey, at least it was free. At least everyone wants to play it. And here's even the kicker too. Here's even the kicker. When I played the game, I instantly got a match found in less than a second. When in the other three, I had to wait basically enough minutes to fucking get a game. In general. And by basically completing the PvE missions, you get unlocked basically a Soldierin skin and Soldierin as a character. When basically, I don't know why basically they throw that in the ring, when if you could afford the PvE, you could probably already have Soldierin on your list of characters that you've already unlocked. And before doing that, they offer the bundle in your head, and give it the exact same price tag as you originally got if you purchased the PvE. They don't give you a discount for already buying it, and you would have to pay £39 just to basically enough get the bundle. And if you're basically a Kiriko main or a McCree main, and yes, I know his name's Cassidy, I'm calling him McCree, shut up. Basically enough, if you want to basically get those things in general, you're going to have to basically, well, spend £39 just to basically get those skins. But in my honest opinion, with the PvE in general, this just feels like basically enough the Archives event in Overwatch 1. And this is something, like, again, we had to wait 4 years to basically get. And let's be honest, this is not basically 4 years of, well, work, if I'm being honest. And again, if the next season apparently is coming out next year, which I gotta say sadly on that as well. And we might get like new missions along the line in upcoming seasons, which I won't basically play it for that. But yeah, that's basically enough my opinion on basically the PvE. It is crap, in my humble opinion. I had to wait hours, was paired up with bots, and it's really not worth the 12 fucking pounds that you have to now pay. Now let's move on to the good shits and the bad shits that Overwatch 2 has right now. Now moving on to basically the good shits, let me give this game basically a break from basically all this lag for a second. Well, let's move on to basically the progressive system that basically they added in this season. Where basically enough, you can basically level up with that specific hero. And while leveling up with the hero, you can complete various challenges with them. Some differ depending on who you're playing as, or what nearly enough type you're playing, whether it's tank, DPS, or support. And leveling you up with that champion gives you certain cool items, such as basically name cards, avatars, and titles. Which, in my humble opinion, is good, but to me, while I was, well, looking at this kind of feels like something from Paladins. Now, give me a story real quick. Basically, Paladins also had this thing too, where if you level up with that specific champion, you will receive rewards. Some rewards such as, victory poses with that specific champion, skins, and also avatars and titles too. I gotta say that basically the only thing that Overwatch are missing from this is more or less the cosmic skins and, well, hopefully the golden skins, which, God forbid, I hope they don't add. But sadly enough, this is everything that I've got to say was good that they added in this season. So now let's move on to the bad shits, and woo, there's a lot of bad shits I've found here. Now the first thing when it comes to the bad shits, I go to basically the first area that I always go to when it comes to making these reviews, and that is the store. I basically browse through it and see if everything's at a fair and reasonable price, but while I'm going through here, I find a lot of rip-offs and a lot of prices that I don't make any sense. For instance, let's start off with this Life Weaver got bundle right now, which comes with an epic skin, a spray, and a voice line. And it comes at the cost of, well, 1,200 coins. Okay. And now making my way down, I now see the Owl Guardian Mercy bundle, which also comes with the same thing as the Life Weaver bundle. An epic skin, a spray, and basically a voice line. But while I'm basically going through this, I'm like asking myself, why is the Life Weaver bundle more expensive than the Mercy bundle? Because it's basically 100 coins off. Now you might just be saying, oh, That's because basically it's on sale. Okay, then answer me this question. If the bundle wasn't, like, if the price tag wasn't there, like, if it was for sale, then why is the Owl Guardian Mercy bundle more expensive than the Lifeweaver bundle? When it both comes with the same thing? Really doesn't add up. So scratching that aside, let's move on to this Ultra Mega Bundle, like say. And let's basically do some math together. Now the bundle, the Ultra Mega Bundle, is on sale. And it comes at the cost of, well, 3,600 coins, if basically it wasn't on sale. And if basically you purchase these two individually, you're basically spending, well, 2,600 coins as such, which is a massive rip-off if that was the case on the whole thing. Like I said before, it is better to basically, well, get the bundle right now as it is, because you're saving 100 coins. But here's basically the kicker when it comes to all of these, well, skins that are on sale. They basically aren't there. They're not real. To basically be honest, they're only there to basically provide you pressure. They're basically saying like, hey, little Timmy, you might want to get this before basically time runs out. Because let's be honest, if this Tracer bundle, Lifeweaver bundle, Mega bundle was still here to this day and it comes back, I probably bet you will still be at the price of 2,500. Because let's be honest, if it comes to that price, it's a rip-off. And like I said, it's only there to provide you with pressure in order you to basically, well, buy the skin before basically it goes away. And basically, you think that would be about it, right? Nope. We're still basically gunning. Let's move on to basically the Just For You bundle, which is 3 random bundles that they show you from Overwatch 1 that you probably may or may not have already bought already, depending if you've played Overwatch 1 or not. And they do put these on a limited time offers, which again, they aren't real. They're there to just provide you with pressure and whatnot. And if you have purchased stuff from that bundle, they basically lower the cost of these, well, skins and whatnot, which, like I said, nice. But most of them don't make any sense. To basically kind of give you a short rundown on what I mean by that is, many of the skins that are for the Just For You section are basically cut down to extremely low prices depending on if that skin is available to you or not. Some of them come at the cost of basically just 1,000 or so that I've heard, or basically just over 100 or 600 or so more. Which again, you are saving a lot of money on those skins in general, but the kicker in the end of this whole thing is just you can just easily get these for free, well, kind of for free, with in-game currency by just purchasing 1,500 Overwatch credits. And here's the kicker though, it ain't a limited time mode that says you might want to get it before it goes away. This thing is available to you 24/7, 365. And you can easily get more or less a ton of Overwatch credits by either A, going through the battle pass and going through the free sections, or basically just completing one of the challenges that grant you 150 Overwatch credits. Not gold, just credits. And it's available 24/7. And again, they don't even tell you this at all. You just got to be lucky enough to find it at the store. And finally, finishing off with the bundle that comes when purchasing the PvE. Most notably, the 2 skins in general, the McCree and Kiriko bundle. Now these 2 skins sadly are not sold separately, and the only way to get those 2 is at a whopping cost of £22. And if you basically are a Kiriko or McCree main, basically these people have no choice than to basically, well, get on their hands and knees and give Blizzard that good tuggy. Sadly enough. And basically enough, don't get me started on how badly the community is, because it is basically a toxic, worst mess than I've ever basically seen, and you just find people that just want to accuse you left, right, and center, or blame you for something that you've not done, or basically vent about their life problems and so forth, and etc. Not to even mention the newest hero that was added, Idari, or Inari, I do apologize if I have pronounced her name. Basically enough, a healer that does, well, DPS damage. She kind of basically reminds me of a former hero from Paladins, Genos. Now basically, if you aren't a Paladins player, I'd more or less just basically looking up Genos and Inari on their abilities and whatnot. They're more or less the same, if I'm being honest. Which basically enough brings me to the end for the bad shits, and finally bringing me to my verdict on how this game is. Now, is this game good? Now, I'm basically going to just say this in one clip that I just found off YouTube. Roll it.
I want your money, I'm strapped for cash. I need your money, too lazy to get a job. Give me your money, I'm not being funny. Give me your money today.
This is a brilliant work of satire. It's my new favourite show.
Yes, they basically just want is money. And I would say, hands down, this game is not basically worth it. The PvE is crap, and we basically had to wait 4 years to basically enjoy it, only to just be giving a basically rip-off version of the Archives event. Mostly everything is put behind a paywall, which I can understand why, coming from a business standpoint, and basically enough on how it is today. I will basically not basically go out and say that, oh, Paladins is the better Overwatch, when if you took this from someone who had used to play professionally for that game, Paladins and Overwatch are more or less, well, the same when it comes to basically scamming their audiences for money. But what do you think? Do you basically disagree with my decisions? Do you agree with my decisions? Or how else would you basically see this through? I would love to hear your comments below. But if you did enjoy this review, leave a like. If you didn't, then I don't give a rat's ass. Furthermore, I would like to thank two people in general for supplying me with some images and helping me out through this review, which is Galaxy Diamond and Justin JMMS. I will leave a link to Justin's channel in the description below, and as for Galaxy, if you are watching this, thank you. But if you are interested in joining the Red Kingdom in any way, shape, or form, our link to our Discord server is in the description. And yep, that being said, I hope you enjoyed our review, and as always, peace. DX is out.